bring Garry Cobb in here, I think this is a typical suck ass Green Bay or Jets move. Before I bring here's Packers get number 13 this year in the draft. They get the Jets number 13, the number 42, a 6th-round pick, number 207, a conditional 2024 second-round pick that could become a 1 if Rodgers plays 65% of the plays for a 40-year-old quarterback who threatens to retire every day. In my opinion, Packers win that. The Jets get a better player for 16 games. Rodgers calls it a career, and he retires and bows out. You gave up all that for 1 year, not me for a 40-year-old guy who's never been committed to anything in his life, including his family or his relationships. And you want me to feel that if you're the Jets, he's never been committed to anything. What I saw with a press conference today with Jalen Hurts was commitment. I've never seen a press conference with Aaron Rodgers where I feel he's committed to anything, including his own personal life. Let's bring JAKIB in.
See, it's getting interesting, huh?
Hey, man, quite a treasure chest of goodies, man, that the Packers got for him. Just your takeaway on this. I mean, he's 40 years old and no commitment to play past 2023. Potentially, this could be 2 1s and 4 additional extra picks. I mean, Garry, Jesus, man, to get that guy in there for 1 year?
I know, really, for the Jets to make this type of move, it's just, I mean, how do you get caught up into this? Where you don't just do a deal, you where it's left and there's questions out there, and you're getting it done at this late, part in the what is supposed to be a transaction. And the thing is, I do think with Rodgers, he wants to go to New York. He wants to go there to the big city. He sees the other things. He's already done where he was winning. He was hosting that show and stuff. This is all about his career, after football. You can see that's what this is about, because, what is in Green Bay? I've been to Green Bay. There are a lot of nice people in Green Bay.
You got to fly into Appleton before you get into Green Bay, before you even get to Lambeau, and I got to drive through somebody's backyard to get there.
I mean, it's something that fits Green Bay, and I know the people like it, but the guys are out of there the time the season's over. But anyway, but it's a nice place. I don't want to them blasting Green Bay.
Hey, Garry, it's not really all that when the help is white.
Listen. Hey, I'll tell you. Wait. Say it again. I didn't hear exactly what you said.
It's a kind of messed up place when the help is white.
Hey, I tell you, Green Bay it's a different, different place. It's not something we're used to, really, because it's so, it's out there. It's its own. It's not, Well, anyway, let me leave it alone. Because I just go there and visit. That's all. But
let's move on, Garry. This is where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Here on a Monday as we get ready for Thursday. I've been trying to tell people, I get the offensive linemen that people are talking about a little bit.
Yeah.
But when you evaluate this draft, there's probably 6 players in it. It's not a deep draft. Those guards, if they go in any other year, in my opinion, they're not top 10 guys.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to get an electric player, because the Eagles are not going to be picking at 10. I mean, you and I agree. The chances of them picking with the talent they have on the team now in the next 5 years is slim to none, right? It's just slim to none. You got to get an impact player. I think they trade down, get Bijan at 14, take the 30th pick, get a couple more picks, get it out there where you can go from 6 to maybe 9 or maybe even 10 picks and build the depth on your team, because that was the biggest loss that they had this offseason was the depth around the positions.
Especially defensively, that's where they had, the losses. And so, I don't know how they got these guys rated, but I think that they definitely they want to get more picks. That's in Howie's thing, and he's gonna address the lines. I mean, if he gets Robinson, I mean, if he does make the move, that'll be a shocker to me. That will let you know that they think this kid is somebody's going to just light this thing up. And would he take the offense to another level? Yes, but that's not their history, man. Goodness, they have been such a stickler to stand with what their formula is.
Were you shocked? Were you shocked though last year, Gary, when they?
What?
Were you shocked though last year when they traded the first round pick for AJ?
No, because what they see is, I mean, like, really, this is Tennessee. This is their mistake. How do you let go of a kid who's like 25 years old? He's already been Pro Bowl twice. He's right in the heart of his career. I mean, no, because he's a kid that hasn't been hurt. He's big, he's strong. How many receivers can you say are A.J. Brown in the league? There are very few A.J. Browns. I mean, a guy this big and physical, who's got good hands and everything. Like, come on. How many of those guys in the league? Not very many of these guys in the league. So that's why is A.J. Brown on the trading market? Are you crazy?
Over $4 million too. I mean, it was over a dispute of $4 million.
Come on, they're still down there where the coach is mad. Other people on the mad go, how did we get rid of A.J. Brown? I mean, especially like I said, when he's like 24 years old, you get rid of a guy who's already shown he's one of the best receivers in the league, and you're getting rid of him for like, what are you, crazy? So, I mean, the A.J. Brown was the deal. You got to make that deal. That was Tennessee doing it's stupid. I don't know if anybody else is going to be that stupid.
I want to show you this, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Jalen Hurts, and behind Jalen Hurts is Derrick Henry. To the left is A.J. Brown. To the right is Devontae Smith. You have that O-line. Rumors over the weekend, potentially, there's some conversation with Derrick Henry. Mm-hmm. And I hear people doing this. Well, he doesn't fit. I go, my friends, Derrick Henry fits everywhere. Yeah. And I'll tell you what he does do. Instead of him carrying the ball 38 times a game, he would carry the ball 12 times a game, get the same amount of yards, running behind the number one offense. Can you imagine this? Watch this. So Gary, here's the RPO. Jalen's looking at the linebacker or the edge or the strong safety. Henry's behind him. Lane Johnson's here. Jalen Hurts is here. You're a linebacker like Fred Warner going, holy shit. And you're going, who do I get? Goddard's on a block and release. Dude, you couldn't defend that offense.
Yeah, it would be tough. I definitely think, dealing with him, with the fact to take him away, you got to commit so much to take him away. And you can't do that with all the weapons they have. I mean,
he had 1,500 yards last year.
Yeah, I mean, it would be something. Even though I don't think that's going to happen though, because again, it's not their formula. Even though.
So wait! I hear you saying it like the guys, and I'm going. So wait a minute. Does Derrick Henry win you the Super Bowl if he's on your offense?
I mean, I definitely think offensively you're unstoppable.
So you'd rather draft a guy in the 6th round?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that's not the Eagles' formula. And I think they're going. I think they got a formula. And from what for the time that Howie has, really committed to it, they addressed the offensive and defensive lines first. They wouldn't be willing to put that much into a veteran running back like that.
So you wouldn't give the 30th pick up for him?
Now you got to have an extensive physical on him. That's that the whole thing is how healthy is he, and is he going to be able to stay healthy? That would be the big thing with him. But I think he's going. But I don't. Still, like I said, I don't think it's their formula, because they would be getting away for what they see as the formula for winning, which is investing in offensive and defensive lines. And then you've got running back by committee. That's what they believe in.
Well, here's what I would say to you.
What's that?
So you're playing the Eagles and Henry's in your huddle.
Yeah.
I'd be like this if I was a secondary guy like Josh Norman. Man, I don't want to be on a highlight reel, man. I don't wait. Either Jalen throwing one over my head to Devontae or that dude stiff arming me or AJ knocking me out because those two guys played together, or Goddard going for 165 yards, or Lane running me over because I'm worried about Henry. Hoss,
he would be very tough with other weapons they have.
City with that guy.
With the other weapons they have, he would be very tough. Because defensively, you can't commit to taking him away, which that's what they do. We've been with Tennessee. What teams have just said, look, if we got to put 12 guys on the line of scrimmage, that's what we're going to do. That's the way they've been able to stop him. But of course, you couldn't do that against the Eagles and the weapons they have. So he definitely would be. I could see him, having a big season and the offense being nearly unstoppable. I could see that.
2105.
The Eagles, though, that's not their formula.
That just drives me crazy when I hear people in Philly go, if I knew a placeholder was the one piece away, Gary, from me winning a Super Bowl, I'd give you a first rounder for that placeholder, put him on my team, go freaking win the game. It's not my form.
I know what you're saying, but like I said,
okay.
They are.
I agree with you, though.
But, and I'm just telling you, this is the way, now they've had success doing it. And it's just like the defensive coordinator, the guys playing, don't give up the deep ball. They just went over 500 yards against you. Just don't give up the deep ball, where, there are people like that who are going to stay with their formula. And like I said, I believe they're committed to that formula. They've had success with that formula. So it's running back by committee. And it's addressed the offensive and defensive lines. First of all, if there are marquee players there, who have that potential, that's what they're going to draft first round. And I think that they will probably trade back with that 30th pick, and they're going to get more guys because they want to have enough picks to where if they miss one or two, they feel like we had a good draft because we got 4 guys that come in and helped us. So that's the way. That's
one last thing there. You know how he does have $21 million in cap space now. They can pay the guy if they had to. Hey, what'd you think of the press conference today? I'll tell you, my big takeaway, first and foremost, though, telling my producer, he's saying that this was going to show my age. I'll be like, man, that tag that he had on his suit, I thought it was a Men's Warehouse tag, like a big and tall thing, man. This guy got $51 million. He's got a Gucci tag. It's like the tag, I get a brand new suit from Men's Warehouse.
Yeah.
I know he's going to get a Gucci. I mean, I guarantee you he's not wearing Strahan's finest off the rack Michael Strahan. Yeah. I get you're making money now, man. But, dude, the tag on the sleeve, man, not a good fashion look.
Well,
dog. I mean, come on now.
The guys, man. Like I try to stay up with these kids. I try to stay up, So I go in the locker room. I know, okay, all right, okay. So what are you doing here, my man? Tell me what you're doing with this outfit, because you see all kind of stuff. So I'm just trying to keep up, man. I'd stay on one side.
Looked good. It looked good, but it had
I know
the 30% off tag on the sleeve, and I'm like, come on, man. You make $51 million. You just got $100 million put in the bank, man. Everyone knows you're either wearing Armani or Gucci, dog. We're good.
They must think that's it, man. I wouldn't do it, but I just shake my head all the time with these kids.
Need to rip that thing off there. Anyway, I'll tell you one thing though, Gary, that I did love. Man, you could tell the owner just loves the guy. You could tell, how much he enjoys playing in Philly. And I was telling people, when you're from Houston, and Gary, when you come to Philly or New York, or like where you and I are from, and my wife's from Texas. She came up there. She goes like this, man, does everybody up here hate their life? I go, no, they're just not going to open up right away. Because when somebody in Texas goes like this, hey, how you doing? Here's me and you where we're from. What's up? What's it to you?
Yeah.
I mean, so, he talked about his adjustments coming to the city. Yeah. I think he figured it out a little bit better than maybe even McNabb, and quicker because they've really taken to him.
Well, the thing is, the kid is committed.
Yeah.
This kid is committed, and, You know, he's down to earth, so that's why, you know, all of the his teammates love him, because, you know, he's a quarterback that's level-headed and everything, and then he puts in the work. You know, he's having them in different parts of the country where he'll have the fly the guys in. Let's go to work. And because they're doing the work, and the thing about him is he's gotten better every year. He's gotten better, clearly. You know, and of course he made a huge jump this year. And so he's just been down to earth, and that's why, you know, he's a Philly guy, because the dude will go to work. This is a blue-collar city. Comes in here, go to work. They love him, and the guy wants to win, and, you know, it's all about winning. And, you know, he's not celebrating last year because they didn't win it all. He said he wanted to win titles. That's what Philly wants to hear. Philly wants titles, you know.
Hey, Gary, yeah, shit, man. These guys made me take my cowboy helmet. I had to put it in the garage, dog. I mean, I had to put my they go, don't put that helmet up, man. I mean, all right. So I had to hide my cowboy helmet here. Let me throw this at you.
You know, they give me the business all the time because I played down there some. You know.
Oh, I was in everyone
They're
here.
all over me.
I was in the locker room.
Yeah.
And Ed Too Tall Jones was here.
Yeah.
I'm here. Garry Cobb, because Gary and I, we had lockers at Thousand Oaks together.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there. He walks in. He goes, I just betrayed the Eagles. Ed goes like this. You're kidding. And Gary goes, man, I'm going to Philly. And I remember we're sitting there. I'm like, man, they know you played in Detroit and Dallas. They'll get over the Detroit thing. I don't know about this.
You know, both of the, Philly and Dallas will never be a love story. It'll never be a love story. Maybe there are some couples who one lived in Philly, one lived in Dallas, whatever, but not a lot of them.
Hey, last question for you here.
Yeah.
Do you think the Eagles, and I said this earlier, and you tell me if I'm wrong, I think the Eagles are in a better place today than what they were in when they even won the Super Bowl in 17 going into the 2018 season. And they're better in direction, roster, everything that's going on, environment. Do you feel they're in a better place today after the Super Bowl loss than they were when they won the game going into the 18 season? You think they're in a better place right now as an organization?
I think so, because when they won the Super Bowl in 18, they had a lot of guys that were on their last step, meaning this was
Chris Long,
yeah,
LeGarrette Blount, them dudes.
I mean, you had some guys that left then. A lot of guys, more of them should have left because that was it. And so they found out that, hey, numerous guys didn't have it anymore. So this team is much younger. I mean, they've got guys in the prime of their career. That's why they're looking at everything they can to put the pieces in place to let these guys go ahead and try to win another one, because they're in. I mean, like we mentioned, A.J. Brown. He's in the prime of his career. This guy's ready to win. You know, you got Devontae Smith, and you look at that whole offensive line. So many of those guys are in their prime. And you have some guys on defense like that. So it's win now. And they are in a win now situation, and they are a better team than the team after they won the Super Bowl back in the 18 Super Bowl. So
all right, I'm going to leave you with this one here too. Any predictions for Thursday, a pick? Anybody you like? What do they do? In your opinion, what do they do at 10 and what do they do at 30? I think you said you think they trade the 30th pick. What do they do at 10?
I could see them drafting an offensive lineman, the kid that everybody's all high on.
Paris Johnson?
No.
Skornowski?
Yes. So if he's there, now a good chance he might not be there, but I think they will draft him if he's there. And then if they don't, then I think they will they'll grab one of the defensive linemen, one of the guys, either it'll probably be a guy coming off the corner, because I don't think those defensive tackles are going to be there. So that's I think they're going to dress the lines.
I got the guy on tomorrow that traded you. So Jimmy Johnson's on tomorrow. So I'll be making sure I go, hey, Cobb said F you.
Well, really, he didn't though, because I finished with the Cowboys and I was already there when he took over.
Okay. So Tom brought you in.
Yeah, I went from the Eagles to the Cowboys, really. Yeah. So,
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
okay. There you go. Hey, Garry, love you, man. Thank you so much.
All
for
right. Hey,
always
have a
doing
good
this.
one. All right.
I appreciate it. That's our friend Garry Cobb, Fox 29. Hit the like button. I'm going to reset. We'll get back into this when it comes to needs. Keep it here on the National Football Show.